It's June and this is the Library Roadshow. On the show today, it's summertime and the reading is easy. Improvisation plus CASAs for CASA. Welcome to the June edition of the Library Roadshow. I'm Mary Stein, and this is a production of your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. It's June, and that means summer reading at the library for all ages. We've got you covered. Whether you want to come in person and sign up the traditional way using a paper log to keep track of your reading, or if you want to go straight to the bean stack and log your titles, minutes, or pages in the online app. The nice thing about using the Beanstack app is that you can group the whole family together and the kids earn badges as they read. Let me tell you, kids like to level up and earn badges along the way. We're offering live programs at all library locations, but with pre-registration so that we can manage our room occupancy limits. We're also offering fabulous virtual programs from Checkers, Playmakers of Baton Rouge, Page Turner Adventures, Magician Yasu Ishisa, Harvey Rabbit and Friends, Johnette Downing, Theater Baton Rouge, and many other programs and performers created just for us. You can easily register for any of these free programs by using the Beanstack app, or the more traditional way by talking with a staff member at any location or visiting that online calendar. Other important news: the mask mandate has been lifted. Masks are no longer required to enter or remain in the library, but you are, of course, welcome to wear a mask if you're comfortable doing so. And we're asking all of our patrons to be mindful and considerate of others as regards social distancing. Find out more in this month's issue of The Source, either online or in print at any library location.
Free access to books, audio, and library resources are just a few of the benefits available to you when you get a library card. Need free access to a computer? You get that. Want free access to premium digital resources like Mango Languages and lynda.com? You get that. Need to book a meeting space? You get that. Heck, you can even check out a telescope or use a digital printer with your library card. If you live in East Baton Rouge Parish, pick up your free library card from your local branch library today. Premium access to everything the library system has to offer is waiting for you.
We have hundreds of thousands of books to read and listen to in the library and online. Books for every age and interest. But sometimes it can seem that you can't zero in on what you want to read because there are just so many titles to choose from. But don't worry, we've got an app for that. It's time to find out more in the digital download.
Looking for help choosing books for the kids? You could always ask a friendly librarian. We also have a resource in the digital library for that. Novelist K8 Plus is specifically for young readers up to the 8th grade. Features include reader likes to find similar titles to ones they already like, series lists, best of lists, and award winner lists. You can also use story elements to help choose books based on a particular theme or setting. When you pull up a book, you'll see the recommended age, accelerated reader and Lexile levels, so you can be sure the book is the correct reading level. Once you've found a book, Novelist K8 is already connected to the EBRPL library catalogue, so you can quickly check availability or place a hold. To check out Novelist K8, head over to the digital library page at ebrpl.com.
This resource helps solve the eternal question, what do I read next? Especially if you have a reluctant reader, since we can help you find something that reads like their favorite book. And don't get me started on books in series, because sometimes you really do have to read them in order. As always, librarians are standing by to help you find your next great read, whether you use this tool or not. Let's shift gears and check in with Kayla Perkins, reporting in from Beyond the Stacks.
Your library is more than just books, and we've got a sense of humor too. We're at the beautiful downtown River Center Branch Library for the Baton Rouge Improv Festival. Come with me, let's check out this hilarious event.
Sizes!
That's damn right, Shirley. And our first contest is a haircut.
Yeah. So we've got two bartenders here. Come out, come out.
My name is Brett Duggan. I'm the artistic director for the Baton Rouge Improv Festival. We're here at the River Center Library for our first annual 5-day celebration of improvisation. Most improv festivals are shows and workshops. And the shows that we have are people from all around Louisiana, from Los Angeles, San Francisco, Chicago, Houston, London. We've even got a group coming in from India. Now, how do we do that? They're online. People can watch from home, streaming on on our channel, and they could come to the facility for this safe distance show that we're having here. So we got people watching the show every night and people watching from around the world. It's a fantastic thing. There's something about improv that how can I say this without using vernacular? It weeds out bad people. You have to be a giving, sharing, fun person. So if you're looking for giving, sharing, fun, you'll have a great time with the improv scene. Taking classes, doing shows, watching shows. If you like to laugh, who doesn't like to laugh? It's so healing. So that's what's going on here. The River Center Library is awesome. It's like this really cool Art Deco spaceship landed downtown, and it has this beautiful view of the river. Come down to the library, tons of events, beautiful place. It makes me feel smarter just being here.
Welcome to the first annual Baton Rouge Improv Festival.
We told you could have a blast at the library. To find out what's coming up next, pick up a copy of our monthly newsletter, The Source, or visit us online at www.ebrpl.com.
Thanks, Kayla. So many people were excited to learn that an improv festival was finally coming to fruition right here in Baton Rouge. And the library was delighted to be part of its success for this inaugural event. Let's plan on many more to come. Stay right there. After the break, Liz Betts of the Capital Area CASA Association joins me for a chat right here on the Library Roadshow.
The East Baton Rouge Parish Library believes that free entertainment is good for us all. That's why we make ebooks and audiobooks available for free through the Libby app. Grant free access to unlimited streaming music and video through Freegal, Canopy, and IndieFlix. Get a library card. Get free entertainment at ebrpl.com/digital library.
As the nation's doctor, I often get asked, what should I do if I think I might have coronavirus?
People who are sick should stay home. You don't go to an emergency room, you don't go to a clinic. You get on the phone and you ask for advice and instructions from your physician.
We don't want you to go into the ER or the doctor's office without talking to them first because you might spread coronavirus to someone else. Please visit coronavirus.gov for more information.
You're watching the June edition of the Library Roadshow, everything you need to know about your local library system. If you remember your high school Spanish, the word CASA means home, but here in Baton Rouge, it means so much more than that. It means that a child in need has a constant friend and advocate. Joining me now is Liz Betts, who serves as the Executive Director of the Capital Area Court-Appointed Special Advocates Association. Okay, Liz, what does CASA do?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. And what CASA does is provide volunteer advocates for abused and neglected children who have been removed from their home as the only way to keep them safe. The court intervenes and they appoint us to be kind of the eyes and ears of the court.
Okay, so you're kind of in between, but you're there for the child.
We are there for the child.
So who works for CASA? Tell me about this volunteer program.
Yeah. Well, we do have a small staff of 10 and probably about 100 volunteers active at any given moment. So we need that staff to recruit and screen and train those volunteers and then supervise them. Once they're appointed to a case, they're not left on their own to figure it out. They have a supervisor that they work with very closely.
Well, and the training's so essential because in a way you're almost like a case manager for that child, but you're not.
Yeah. Well, the child has a case manager
Right.
through Department of Children and Family Services. They also have a court-appointed lawyer.
Okay.
So a lot of times people say, well, then why do you need the advocate, the CASA volunteer? And the answer is that those professionals from DCFS and the attorney who represents children, they have huge caseloads, whereas a CASA volunteer is appointed to one case.
And so how much time does a CASA volunteer spend with a child that's their child?
We do, of course, pre-pandemic, we required that volunteers have in-person contact with the children once a month. But they probably spend 12 to 15 hours a month speaking with the child and other parties involved in the case. One of the CASA volunteers' biggest roles is to provide a report to the court, to provide information during court hearings and a written report, telling the court things that they might not otherwise know about the child's history and current situation. So not every moment that they're advocating are they face-to-face with the child.
Okay, well that makes so much sense. And they actually give that different lens to the situation, because I know, especially with COVID, the landscape changed totally. And with the school situation, with kids not totally under the eyes and ears of a trained educator, that created extra gaps that need to be filled. Now let's talk about this special fundraiser, because I know the money doesn't rain from the trees to help run this program.
So we are a nonprofit organization, so we need to raise the money to balance our budget every year. And since 1995, we've been doing Casas for CASA. It is a pun on the fact that CASA is house or home in Spanish, and these kids need safe, permanent homes. So every year we have this beautiful playhouse. It's about 8 feet by 12 feet, so it's not a doll house. It's a playhouse, a child-size house.
You can get in it.
You can. Adults can get in it, too.
Yes.
You have to duck down to get through the door, but you can get in
I could make it.
Yeah, yes. And we've been doing it for a long time, and it raises a lot of funding for us. Of course, last year we just had to cancel. This year we had to rethink it, and it will be a virtual event. But the Playhouse is here at the library.
Yeah, the Playhouse is not virtual.
No.
It's right downstairs on the first floor at the main library at Goodwood, and it is beautiful.
Yeah.
So who built it?
Well, the house itself is a prefabbed house from Lilliput Playhomes, which is out of town. But locally, Falk and Meek General Contractors has for many, many years.
We know them.
Yes.
They renovated the Greenwell Springs Library for us.
Yeah, great guys, David Falk and John Meek. And so they are going to deliver it and put it together.
Yeah.
And then disassemble it, take it to the winner's home, and reassemble it.
That's
so
right.
We're really grateful for
because
them.
there's fun in this fundraiser.
Yeah,
some lucky child and their family is going to get the benefit of this fabulous playhouse, and I can see hours and hours of delight. So everybody wins with that. Now, how do folks find out more about CASA?
Well, the best way right now is our website, casabr.org.
Well, that's simple.
It is simple. And it will tell you everything about what we do, about how to become a CASA volunteer. We always need new volunteers, and it has been a tough time. People have a lot going on with the pandemic, the weather events we've been having.
Oh, my goodness.
So sometimes...
the economy, too.
Yeah. So if people are able to get involved, we ask that you go to our website, and it'll tell you how to sign up for an orientation to learn everything you need to know to make a decision about whether this is the right volunteer job for you.
That's right, because people want to help, but it needs to be the right fit.
It does.
Right, because maybe you don't have the time and you want to help CASA in a different way.
Exactly.
And I'm sure there are opportunities such as helping at this fundraiser, or helping to get the word out, or helping to recruit other volunteers to do the one-on-one with the child. So I'm just blown away by this. I first found out about CASA through Donna Britt, who was a wonderful CASA volunteer for years. But we're just so blessed to have y'all in the area. Your organization provides such an important service to these most vulnerable citizens of the area. And remember that lovely CASA Playhouse is on display throughout the summer at the main library at Goodwood. And those $5 tickets are easily available at casabr.org. After the break, delicious recipes from Dixie Poche plus book reviews from one of our younger library patrons. All that and more coming up next on the Library Roadshow.
The East Baton Rouge Parish Library believes that staying informed is good for us all. That's why we provide free access to the New York Times and other national newspapers online. Permit free access to niche magazines and articles through Press Reader. Get a library card. Get informed at ebrpl.com/newspapers.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Welcome back to the June edition of the Library Roadshow. Dixie Poche is a Louisiana author who celebrates Louisiana food and food culture through her books, which include Louisiana Sweets, Classic Eateries of Cajun Country, and her latest book, Cajun Pig, Boucheries, Cochon de lait, and Boudin. Dixie joins me now by phone. Dixie, introduce yourself and tell us how you got started as an author.
My name is Dixie Poche. I'm from St. Martin Parish. You know when you're a child and you're often asked, what would you like to be when you grow up? Well, for me, it was not an astronaut or a nurse. I've always wanted to be a writer because I love expressing myself, and my dream was to author books. Early on, I wrote for our local newspaper in St. Martin Parish, and I covered football games while I was in high school. Then I moved on, graduated from the University of Louisiana at Lafayette in journalism.
What's this wonderful cookbook about?
The Cajun Pig is my third local history book. It focuses on our Cajun tradition of boucheries and cochon de lait. I've included a peek at a local nonprofit organization in Mermentau Cove, that's in Acadia Parish. It's called Cardian Toujours, and they promote preserving many of our Cajun traditions. They host an annual boucherie as well as a Courtier de Mardi Gras.
What inspired you to write this one?
In searching for a topic to write about, I looked at my time growing up, where I spent many hours working in a family mom-and-pop grocery store that prepared boudin and Sunday plate lunches. I admired my aunt and uncle's example of dedication to their business and their customer service. It's a humble little store, but I was inspired. I wrote about their growth and looked for similar old-time restaurants, hidden gems, including grocery stores, bakeries, and share their homespun stories.
What do you hope our readers and cooks will take away from the book?
I hope readers will be amazed at the humble beginnings and intercultural influences of our famous Cajun dishes, such as boudin, jambalaya, and gumbo. Recipes are included in the book to entice want-to-be Cajun cooks.
How can our viewers learn more about you?
My 3 books are available at local bookstores and many gift shops. As well, they're available online on Amazon and through the publisher's website. The publisher is Arcadia Publishing. Or viewers may contact me directly at my email, dixie.poche@gmail.com. I'm currently working on another book which will be published next summer, so summer of 2022, and this will be about the Courtier de Mardi Gras of Louisiana's prairie parishes. Thank you.
Thanks, Dixie. Baton Rouge readers like food, all kinds of food, and you simply cannot have too many cookbooks. We're happy to eat our way through the state, and you've given us plenty to choose from. It's now time in the show to check in with one of our younger patrons to find find out what he's been reading at the library.
Hi, my name is Matthew. I am 7, and my favorite book is Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It's about a kid who goes to a middle school, and he has a friend named Rowley, and he basically has a bad life. The only reason I agreed to do this at all is because I figure later when I'm rich and famous, I have better things to do than answer people's stupid questions all day long. So this book is going to come in handy. My mom brings me to the library. When I come to the library, my favorite thing to do is check out books.
Thanks, Matt. The Wimpy Kid series remains at the top of the list for young readers. There are plenty more in the series to choose from. And of course, you'll be logging that book as part of your summer reading, won't you? Stay right there. You're watching the Library Roadshow.
The East Baton Rouge Parish Library System believes that knowing where you come from is good for us all. That's why we grant free access to genealogy resources available through Ancestry.com, make the vast historic resources of Heritage Quest available to you online. Get a library card. Get your family tree at ebrpl.com/genealogy.
Separate raw meats from other foods by using different cutting boards. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Hello, my name is Emily Ward, and I'm the Digital Archivist for the East Baton Rouge Parish Library's Special Collections Department, located on the second floor of the main library at Goodwood, where Baton Rouge history comes alive. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear me say the name Louisiana? Undoubtedly, words like Mardi Gras, Creole, and Bourbon Street are some of the first to come to mind. And food, specifically foods like gumbo, jambalaya, and beignets. Much like the ingredients in a recipe, our local cuisine is one of the many elements that contribute to our understanding of our cultural identity and history. With this in mind, Special Collections has accumulated a wide variety of archival materials related to Baton Rouge's historical food scene, which includes menus from local restaurants, cookbooks created by local churches, social clubs, and other types of organizations, and artifacts such as cocktail napkins, glasses, and cutlery embossed with a restaurant or event logo. Looking for an old gumbo recipe? We've got an old cookbook for that. Curious about that menu from that restaurant you used to go to as a kid? Chances are we have that too. And of course, in today's COVID-19 world, restaurants are posting their menus on their websites, so we are actively archiving local restaurant websites in order to preserve this unique period of our history as well. Individually, these materials serve as evidence that these culinary institutes existed and show they contributed to the local culinary culture. As a whole, this collection can provide a valuable data set from which we can extract insights and a deeper knowledge of our local food culture, history, and foodways. Here are just a few of our favorites. You can find more menus, cookbooks, and realia on the Baton Rouge Digital Archive, on the EBRPL Web Archive, or in person on the second floor of the main library. To learn more about Special Collections and the Baton Rouge Room archives, check out our Baton Rouge Room info guide, accessible from the library website. Questions or comments? We would love to hear from you. Call 225-231-3752 or visit the Special Collections Department on the second floor of the main library at Goodwood, where Baton Rouge history comes alive.
You're watching the June edition of the Library Roadshow, a production of your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. Preserving these remnants of our local culture is just one more way that Special Collections staff are making sure that our history is not just facts and figures. Come down and check out the great old photographs, get started on your own family history and genealogy, or just study up on the history of our great capital city. It's all available at the main library on Goodwood, and it's free with your East Baton Rouge Parish Library card.
Technology can connect us to our loved ones, and it can empower us to do a lot in today's world. We're here at the Zachary Branch Library to see how patrons can cross that digital divide. Let's check it out.
You said that you already have a Facebook, you just don't know how to get in?
Yeah, and my name is Kimberly Reeves. We're here at the Zachary Branch Library. I'm the branch manager here. And today we are here because we are having a computer class. And it's the Introduction to Facebook class. So this is just a general introduction to Facebook. Kind of how to sign up if you've never had one. If you do have one, it'll, we have a lot of people who come in who have one but who never use it. So we kind of go over the how to find people you might know, what you can do, kind of just the basics of how Facebook works and how you can connect with people. So when you come to the program, we will get you set up on a computer. We have our teacher at the front of the class on the podium. She has got a projector set up with what she's walking through. You're going to get a little handout and it's going to walk you through step by step so you can actually follow along with her on the computer we have set up and on the one that she's projecting. And you can stop and ask questions and raise your hand, but she's going to walk you through step by step everything you need to know for the class.
All right, so Miss Quinn, are you in your Facebook?
These classes are totally 100% free. We chose this Facebook class because there is a high population of senior citizens that use our branch, and sometimes their adult children don't necessarily live with them, so they don't really have anybody at home to show them how to do all this. But they want to use Facebook because, their friends and family use it. They want to catch up with their old friends. They want to, see pictures of their grandchildren or something like that. And it's just it's a need that needs to be met. And, you don't have to come to the library for highbrow stuff all the time. We're happy to serve and educate on anything that you might need help with.
Whether you're starting from square one or you just need a refresher, free technology classes like these can help you take the lead in your digital life. Find more classes like these in the monthly Source newsletter, or you can go to ebrpl.com and check the events calendar.
Thanks, Jessica. I need to take that class. I use Facebook several times a week, but I am certainly not a power user. We've also offered classes on demand in how to improve your social media presence through Gale Courses, Udemy, LinkedIn Learning, and even through our library tutorials on the homepage. And now for today's contest. Keeping with this culinary theme, visit the library's Facebook page at facebook.com/ebrpl. Show us your favorite cookbook and even a favorite recipe. We show you ours each week on What You Call It Wednesday. That's facebook.com/ebrpl. And while you're there, enjoy. We're not your grandfather's library anymore. Coming up on the Library Roadshow in July? Well, summer reading, of course.
Tune in next month and I'll take you behind the scenes at another fun library program.
Next month, you'll learn about another service offered at your local branch library.
Thanks so much for joining us on the Library Roadshow. And remember, your East Baton Rouge Parish Library is open 7 days a week at each and every one of 14 branches, plus 24/7 on the web. Check us out at ebrpl.com.
And that's how we roll.